Shogun has officially confirmed not only a second season, but also a third season. Knowing that the initial season was designed as a limited series and covered the original material from beginning to end, fans, including me, rightfully question what we can wait for in the future of the show. Is there enough material to go through? Or is this simply a money grab to capitalize on the popularity of the show? Well, I believe this video will answer your questions. If you didn't know, Shogun has been in the works since 2018. It was the most expensive series that the network has ever created. And the good thing is, all those investments paid off as the first season became the most successful show that FX has ever released. I mean, more than 9 million people watched the first season. Like, the show has more fans than the population of half of the countries in the world. To be honest, I'm still yet to read the original material, aka James Clavell's acclaimed 1975 novel, but knowing how much praise it gets among historical fiction lovers, I wasn't surprised to see Shogun achieving such a success. That being said, I also know how Richard Chamberlain's 1980s miniseries based on the same material flopped, so understandably, we were all hesitant to welcome the TV show, speculating whether it was worth such time and money being invested in it. Thankfully, Shogun pulled a Dune move right there, coming back to the screens with a way better and epic version than its 1980s adaptation, and I could not be more happy about it. Previously, the FX CEO expressed that he would be willing to produce more of Shogun and other series similar to Shogun if the show proves to be successful. It depends on how successful it is and whether there's an appetite for it. Ultimately, the audience gets to decide whether it's something they want. I would hope if we were able to do something like that, it wouldn't take 11 years. So no, I can't imagine spending another 11 years working on something else, but working hard on something to get it right and make it big and detailed as well as really deep in terms of character and the human condition. As long as there's appetite for that in the viewers, I think it will be possible at times to do that kind of work. Well, the fans spoke and clearly expressed their desire for more. Naturally, now the network is looking for ways to turn the miniseries into a fully fledged saga with multiple seasons. Previously, I announced on this channel that Sanada signed a deal with FX, which suggested that he would star in Season 2 if it was to happen for real. The news came after Shogun's attempt to be listed under the category of a drama series rather than a miniseries in the upcoming Emmys. The news received a skeptical but mostly positive response from you guys. Now it became official that even Season 3 is under works, with the Shogun team dedicating themselves to the future of the show. This week, we learned that FX, Hulu, our beloved Hiroyuki Sanada, and James Clavell's estate came together to work on the upcoming seasons. Apparently, they will spend the upcoming months focusing on which materials can be used, which historical events can be covered, and which characters can be adapted to the screen for the future seasons of the show. And before that, they refused to officially schedule the upcoming seasons and kick off the production process. Since they already worked 6 years on the first season, the creators of the series are no strangers to taking their time. They want to make sure that they do not release new seasons just for the sake of releasing new seasons or gaining more money. They want to release genuinely good quality seasons with great topics, storylines, and themes. They want to create brand new characters inspired by historical figures. To achieve this, they reportedly go through all the other books of Clavell, even though they are not necessarily linked to the storyline of Shogun. Clavell has 5 more novels in his series Asian Saga. The other novels are titled King Rat, Taipan, Noble House, Whirlwind, and Gaijin. These books cover different periods in history, different countries, and completely different characters. However, they can be great sources of inspiration, and some storylines can be transferred to the world of Shogun successfully. I mean, they already made a great Season 1 by using their creativity, so there is no reason for them to not create 2 more seasons by relying on their creativity even more. One of the creators, Justin Marks, said in a previous interview that they would be happy to explore what can be done more in Shogun's universe if the network would also be on board with it, but it wouldn't be an easy task to tackle. I think if we had a story, if we could find a story, we would be open to it. But I don't think that anyone ever wants to be out over their skis without a roadmap and everything. And it's also just about, do people want more of it? But it's also about not even topping the book, but how to even equal the roadmap that Clavell laid out. And I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if Clavell could have done it either. That's probably why he moved on to other books too, right? He knew what he had done. Yeah, it's a tough one. His words make it clear that he has reservations about the possible upcoming seasons. But the fact that now they are working with the Clavell estate and Sonata signals that they are getting all the help they need, bringing all the experts and great minds together to come up with the best seasons possible. Sonata previously said that they were talking about how the story could continue since the first day of filming. Clearly, they did not reach a conclusion yet, but there are some clues from the books, the ending of the first season, and the real historical events. First of all, there are a bunch of battles that took place during that period we were yet to see in Season 1. Battle of Sekigahara and Siege of Osaka Castle are some of the ones that you guys pointed out in the previous video. Also, there's a high chance that we can watch the heir growing up and getting trained by Toranaga. The building processes of Nijo and Edo castles are other developments that can be covered in the upcoming seasons. Multiple characters are still alive. Lady Uchiba, Ishido, Omi, and John Blackthorne are only some of them. For instance, we know that Blackthorne had married a Japanese woman in real life. That love story can be explored in the future seasons and can be the backbone of the story. We can also get multiple flashbacks, having the deceased characters back on the show. Overall, as many of you guys pointed out, Shogun was actually only the beginning of Tokugawa's rise to power. If the creators put enough time into it, there are a lot more stories to follow. What else would you like to see in the upcoming season of Shogun Seasons 2 and 3? Do you think these upcoming seasons will be money grabs or will they be worth watching? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked watching until this point, leave a Japanese temple emoji below for the memory of all the dead characters of Shogun Season 1. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.